I want to take this opportunity to talk about frustrations and disappointments. And particularly, this is important, especially during such a time like this, where we have the pandemic, among many other challenges of this life. Now, under frustrations and disappointments, I would want us to look at what causes them and then how to avoid the frustrations and disappointments. And this story or the drama opens where, or the scene opens where there was a ceremony. And in this ceremony, meals were served, and among the meals was porridge. Then a guest named Kim takes a mouthful of the porridge from his cup. And what was seen was Kim shot up, spitting and splashing the contents from his mouth all over the place. Then, hurriedly, Kim left the scene, very disappointed and frustrated. Now, to your opinion, what was wrong and who was to blame for Kim's frustrations and disappointment? Let's think about the scene that we have already described. And these facts are worth noting. Frustrations and disappointments are effects from causes. So they must be caused by something. And if they have to be caused, then if we can deal with the causes and the sources of those causes, then we can be able to manage. We can be able to control. We can be able to even avoid those causes that will lead to frustrations and disappointments. That means frustrations and disappointments, they never come ahead of expectations. So there must be some expectations for there to ever be frustration and disappointment. Therefore, expectations are choices. Outcomes are the consequences. Another very important point is that the expectant, the person with expectation, is fully responsible for what to expect or not. So they can choose to expect or not. Therefore, the outcome is actually a consequence, or their consequences from their personal choices. It's also very important to note that all expectations are probabilities, except when based on faith. Because genuine faith is a direct act of God. Faith is why Noah's rain finally came even after 120 years. The same reason, it was faith that made Abraham expect his son Isaac in very old age, very advanced age. And after 25 years, Isaac, the son of Abraham, came. Because it was faith. So, it is strictly faith when God has promised to the recipient. We have 4 secrets to avoid frustrations and disappointments. And these secrets will help us to counter frustrations and disappointments. So the secrets are countermeasures of frustrations and disappointments. And here they are. It is very important to be proactive enough to know yourself well You are supposed to know your likely behavior in certain situations and circumstances. So if Kim knew himself well, he would have actually expected that kind of maybe some impatience of some kind, and he would have known how to control that by maybe asking the servers the temperature or the condition of the porridge, or having a way of testing the temperatures before giving or taking that mouthful, that big zip or mouthful that led to the disappointment, because he had to spit the porridge since it was too hot for him. The other important point is to confirm your assumptions. Expectations are based on some assumptions. So it is important for you to confirm your assumptions. Interrogate the assumptions. If it's a promise, ask yourself, how trusted is this person giving the promise? Or the circumstances in which this promise can be fulfilled? Interrogate, test, proof. Thirdly, remain or be in control and not under control of expectations. Don't be at the mercy of an expectation. Remain in control. Fourthly, be realistic enough. Expect only what you must. And this concept of what causes the frustrations and disappointments and how to avoid them, this concept can be applied in various situations and circumstances in this life. For example, by having unrealistic expectations upon our marital partners, our businesses, our business partners, also our children, our workers, and even our own selves, we end up being frustrated and disappointed. So, having wrong assumptions also of what is true or what is real about ourselves and about our partners, about friends, about our businesses, again will open a chance for frustrations and disappointments. So we are supposed to be very realistic when we are dealing with anything in the name of something we expect, or we have an idea of the outcome, to avoid and control frustrations and disappointments. Among the major countermeasures against frustrations and disappointments, which we have discussed, is to know yourself well. And I've taken my time to look at how to make it easy knowing ourselves. And the details can be found in this book, which I've authored, whose title is Missing Links to Self-Discovery and Actualization. In this book, I've tried to take time and look at the facts that make it difficult for ourselves or perceiving our own selves, which I'm sure it will do you well if you look at this book, and you're going to find how to know yourself well. And this will address many other problems or shortcomings, including how to manage and avoid frustrations and disappointments. Thank you very much.